Practice was great. You just keep working, get better, but it's a good day, productive day.
Coach, the question is coming. The quarterback room, everything development-wise, who's starting to really show that they're grasping this offense and starting to pick it up and carry it through?
I think from top to bottom, I think all four guys have really done a nice job, and since the last time I talked to you guys, we've made steps in the right direction. So I think that's what you're looking for. We've exposed them to a lot. Our defense is very multiple, so you couple those things together. But I've been pleased with the progress, and still a lot of work to be done. Just simple execution that when you're learning a system, you become more and more comfortable with each and every day. But I've been pleased with the group.
What have you seen from Emmanuel Henderson out here today? I mean, last year season cut short, but clearly has a lot of ability about him.
Yeah, extremely fast and a great attitude. Hard-working kid that loves football and shows up ready to go each and every day. So, yeah, we're pleased with where E-Man is, and like the rest of the guys, we are a work in progress, but we're pleased with the effort. They're working each and every day to create the habits that we're looking to see in practice, and they embrace that and they take coaching. And so the things that we ask them to do better, they do better. And so that's what you're really looking for. And certainly E-Man's been great.
With about a week left of practice, how important is the evaluation piece of it, knowing that the portal's right there on the other side and things can change in a hurry? You need to kind of know where you are.
I don't think that the evaluation of your players has anything to do with that window. I appreciate the question. I understand why you're asking that. I think we're always trying to find ways to help the players. And so as you evaluate where they're at, you try to meet them there and try to help them get better. And so that's an ongoing process with all of our players each and every day. There's constant evaluation, constant feedback. That's really important to coach, really important to us, that the players know where they stand and they know how they can improve. I think as a player, I think that's what you're hoping to get out of a coach, is that they'll tell you where you're at and how you can improve and get better. And so that evaluation's ongoing regardless of what's going on.
Coach Womack indicated, he said that in the scrimmage that he thought his team and his players would be mostly involved with pass because the install was mostly pass, and they got hurt pretty good by the run. Is that the way you saw it, or?
I don't know if I saw it quite that way. I think spring ball has been extremely competitive. I think there's been moments where probably both sides of the ball walk off the practice field, knowing there's work to be done. And so I can't, I will say this, we have a phenomenal staff, both sides. And so that challenge each and every day makes us better as coaches, certainly challenges the players, but top to bottom, both sides of the ball, this is an expert staff that is helping our team get better because of what you got to go against, both technically and schematically. So, Kane's doing a phenomenal job, and the rest of the defensive staff is as well. It's been very competitive.
What was the challenge with Jalen Hale and down, and just what sort of players replace his skill set?
We just really focus on him, and how we can be there to support him, so, we want to do everything to surround him with love and support because he's a great kid, and so that's really what our focus has been on.
What sort of opportunities does it open for other players in that round when you have the reps available in the spring?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's reps to be had, but I wouldn't say that that's been the message to the guys. It's been more to love and support Jalen.
There's been multiple reports about Parker not being in practice. Can you kind of tell us where he's at and what's going on with him right now?
Yeah, I certainly appreciate the question. I'll let Coach kind of handle just player availability and where things stand. I'm pretty sure he's talking to you guys the next day or so. So I'll let Coach handle that.
Coach, with the tight end room, who's starting to emerge as leaders, but also who's showing like that it factor in that room that's going to be able to step in early?
Yeah, I think it's been very competitive. I think there's experience there. And so I think those guys are learning the system and trying to carve out their role. I wouldn't say that each guy is the same. There's some versatility in the room. I think each player is a little bit different. And so I've been pleased with the physicality in the C and D gap. It's a big room. These are 250 plus, 260 pound guys. That's not totally, normal, honestly. There's some uniqueness in size. There's some uniqueness in body control, ball skills. And so each guy's a little bit different. You guys are out there, you see them. they're different body types, but what we're trying to do along with all the other players is expose them to the system, expose them to the scheme, and then as we get through spring practice, try to identify what each guy does best and put them in those positions.
If you could just talk real quick about the running backs, Justice Haynes, Jam Miller, even Richard Young, what you've seen from them.
Good. Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, really good. You know, I think it's a very competitive room, but I also think there's some unselfishness there and recognition that in this league, as physical as it is, that you need, you know, more than one person to be able to carry the ball competitively and tough. And I think everybody knows, even, you know, here, that historically there's been multiple guys that have contributed and helped. And we're anticipating the same because, you know, there's guys that deserve to touch the ball and have shown that, you know, throughout the course of spring.
Couple more. Coach, you were mic'd up. Coach, you were mic'd up at practice, joking with the quarterbacks about, you know, their baseball background with Dylan and Todd.
Was I didn't. How was the mic'd up? I didn't get a chance.
It was good.
Was it good? Would you tell me if it wasn't good though?
Yeah.
Okay.
How would you describe your coaching style, especially with the quarterbacks? Like, what do you try to be for those guys?
You know, I try to be what they need. You know, I think that's for all of us as coaches. I think each individual player, you know, you're genuine to who you are. You know, you don't, you know, think about how you're going to respond or react, but you try to be there to help them. And hopefully above else, you know, you're teaching them how to play the game the way that you want them to play. And so, you know, we place a priority on teaching, you know, and so hopefully they would say that, you know, they feel like they're getting better and being taught and improving. And certainly I see that in their play. But the players will probably be good to ask on what my coaching style is.
I think they tell us the truth.
No, no, I think they would, no, but no, those kids would, they would tell you, so.
Got another philosophy question, just big picture, tempo. What do you think, what's your philosophy on trying to use tempo, and then how far along are they in terms of being able to meet that with their understanding of the offense right now?
Yeah, I think we're a ways away as far as mastering the pace in which we want to play with, but that's, we try to vary the pace, you know. People ask that often, you know, like, you know, do you want to go fast? Do you want to go slow? We want to win the game, you know, and so I think offense's job is to help the team win the game because we can manage that. You know, that's one difference between offense and defense is certainly, you know, the management of the clock and the pace in which you go and what's going on in the game, you know, ahead, behind, you know, what happened the previous series with the defense, you know, I think there's a lot of factors that go into that, and we want to do whatever we can to win the game. And so we've always varied the tempo. We have the ability to go as fast as possible. We have the ability to slow down, and so we try to, you know, use the you know, strategy that helps us win.
Speaking of tempo, Alabama's basketball team plays tomorrow night. Your thoughts on the basketball team and thoughts about Nate Oates and his overall mentality?
Yeah, it's actually crazy because Coach Oates was at Romulus High School, which is like 20 minutes from where I went to high school. I actually, you know, he wouldn't know this. I haven't had a chance to say hi to him or meet him yet, but I went and watched him coach at Romulus High School. Yeah, they played Ipsy High. There was a good left-handed, Romulus was loaded. The coach probably knows that. They had a great team. It was kind of like a big deal. They were playing Ipsy High. Ipsy had a left-handed point guard that was a really good player, so it was like a big deal for even local high school kids to go watch. I was a third baseman, so I don't know why I went to the basketball game, but I took a look at it. But I think it's been impressive. You know, I think we're behind them. I mean, it's been fun to watch. You know, we used Grant Nelson. You know, we used him in our unit meeting the other day and talking about how, you know, we talk about a 1-0 mentality, you know, and for him to come through like he did against UNC, I think was amazing. I think we all would agree with that, you know. So we're pulling hard for him, and you know, it's been fun to watch. And what a great job Coach has done and the staff, and most importantly the players. I mean, Sears was lights out, boys. I mean, it was unbelievable, right? I mean, it's crazy, right? So we're right behind them and wish them the best of luck.
Is the second scrimmage change in structure or just?
Should be similar. Yeah, we'll try to get as many plays as we can, and Coach kind of says that, but should be similar. Okay.